Get ready for a dramatic journey through divine politics, betrayal, and redemption as we uncover the twists and turns of this legendary tale. Stay tuned to learn about Greek mythology's complexities and Medusa's unforgettable legacy. Deep in the heart of ancient Greece, in a time of myths and legends, there was a creature unlike any other, Medusa. She was not your typical monster, but she lived among the most terrifying beings of Greek folklore, making her a truly captivating figure. Yet Medusa's story did not begin with her monstrous form. It started with her as a breathtakingly beautiful woman, a tale that weaves beauty, tragedy, and timeless legend. Medusa's origins were far from ordinary. She was born of divine parents, the sea gods Forces and Sito, who brought her into the world. Despite her extraordinary background, her early life was surprisingly normal. She had two sisters, and together they shared the unique heritage of being part serpent and part woman, a testament to their godly lineage. From her earliest days, Medusa held an overwhelming devotion to Athena, the goddess of wisdom and warfare. Athena was her ultimate role model, and she often engaged in imaginative play, assuming the role of the goddess herself. By her side, throughout her adventures, was her best friend, Ifficlease, a friendship as strong and unbreakable as any in Greek mythology. As the years passed, Medusa's beauty became renowned throughout Greece. But it wasn't just any beauty, it was the kind that could captivate even the gods themselves. This attention brought both blessings and challenges into her life. Eros, the god of love, struck Ifficlease with an arrow of infinite love for Medusa. The feelings were mutual, yet her aspirations to become a priestess of Athena meant that she had to put aside romantic love. With remarkable determination, Medusa embarked on her journey to become an Athena priestess. This role demanded devotion and a commitment to purity and virtue. Medusa excelled in these aspects, personifying the ideals of Athena's priestesses to perfection. Perhaps too perfectly, as her presence overshadowed the goddess she served. Her beauty, especially her incredibly beautiful hair, became the subject of admiration among the temple's worshippers, causing a stir that reached the ears of the gods themselves. Athena, observing from her divine place on Mount Olympus, experienced a mix of emotions. While she recognized Medusa's dedication, she couldn't help but notice the growing adoration for her priestess, an adoration that sometimes overshadowed her own. The goddess of wisdom and warfare found herself in a peculiar position, one that called for careful consideration and action. This intriguing situation set the stage for a story that would forever change the fate of Medusa and leave a huge mark on Greek mythology. Her journey from divine origins to extraordinary beauty forms the backdrop for the dramatic transformation that ultimately defines her legend. This transformation, from admired beauty to feared monster, highlights the capriciousness of the gods and the fragility of mortal lives entangled in their divine disputes. Medusa's tale, steeped in both admiration and horror, echoes the complexities of ancient Greek beliefs about beauty, power, and divine retribution. It's a narrative that serves as a stark reminder of how quickly fortune can change, especially when the whims of gods are involved. So, while all this was going on with Medusa, Poseidon, the super-powerful god of the sea, was keeping a close eye on her. There was this old argument between Poseidon and Athena about who should be the main god for Athens. Athena won that battle, and Poseidon was still a bit salty about it. His bitterness wasn't just a passing grudge, it simmered like a storm beneath the ocean's surface, waiting for the right moment to unleash its fury. Medusa, unaware of her role in this divine rivalry, continued to live her life, her fate intertwined with the whims of these powerful deities. Poseidon's watchful gaze on Medusa was a sign of a brewing storm, a prelude to the tumultuous events that would soon unfold, altering her destiny forever. He saw how popular Medusa was getting and thought, "Aha, this is my chance to get back at Athena." He had a sneaky plan to embarrass Athena by messing with Medusa. But Medusa, who was just doing her priestess thing, had no idea about these godly arguments going on around her. Unbeknownst to her, she was about to become a pawn in a game of divine vengeance, a victim of the gods' long-standing rivalries. Poseidon's plan was not just about revenge, it was about undermining Athena's authority and influence. Medusa, in her innocent devotion, was tragically oblivious to the brewing storm, her life poised on the brink of irrevocable change. Things got really dark when Poseidon decided to do something drastic. He came out of the ocean, looking all powerful and charming, and tried to seduce Medusa. But Medusa, sticking to her promises to Athena, said no way to Poseidon. Her rejection, however, only fueled Poseidon's determination and anger, pushing him to act even more recklessly. Medusa's steadfast devotion to Athena, in the face of such powerful advances, highlighted her unwavering commitment and strength of character. Yet this very devotion and Poseidon's subsequent actions would lead to a tragic turn in her fate, setting in motion a chain of events that would seal her destiny as part of Greek mythology's most enduring legends. Poseidon got super mad at being rejected. He went from charming to forceful, wanting to get his way no matter what. Medusa was scared and ran to Athena's temple, thinking she'd be safe there. But Poseidon was too angry to care. He followed her, even though Ifficlease, Medusa's friend, tried to stop him. Poseidon just pushed him aside and went after Medusa in the temple. When Athena found out what happened in her temple, she was furious. But instead of seeing Medusa as someone who needed help, she blamed her for the whole mess. Athena then cursed Medusa, turning her into a monster with snakes for hair and a look that turned people to stone. This harsh and irreversible curse reflected the merciless nature of the gods, showing how they could be unforgiving even towards their most devoted followers. This change was huge. Medusa, now a monster, scared everyone. Even Ifficlease, who tried to comfort her, turned to stone when he looked at her. Medusa was shocked and scared by her new power and ran away to hide. Her curse became famous. Anyone who looked at her turned to stone. She didn't mean to hurt anyone, but she was dangerous just by being there. She lived alone in some old temple, away from everyone. Brave folks tried to face Medusa, but none of them came back. She was all alone, stuck with her memories and living a tough life. She only had animals for company. In a weird twist, Medusa found a statue of Athena in the ruins where she was hiding. Seeing it brought back memories of when she was loved, not feared. She started taking care of the ruins, sort of like she was still trying to be loyal to Athena, even though Athena had turned her into a monster. Athena, up in her godly home, was watching Medusa and saw how she was living alone, still dedicated even after everything. Athena realized she had made a big mistake. Medusa wasn't full of herself, she was really just super dedicated. Athena felt really bad about the harsh curse she had put on Medusa. But Medusa's story wasn't over yet. It was just moving into a new, really exciting part. In ancient Greece, there was a brave young guy named Perseus. He was about to play a huge role in what happened next. Athena gave him a shiny shield that worked like a mirror, and Perseus had a smart plan to take on the scary Medusa. Perseus was really brave when he faced Medusa. He used the shiny shield so he wouldn't look directly at her and turn to stone. Then, with a quick, smart move, he ended Medusa's pain and suffering by cutting off her head without ever looking into her eyes. Perseus became a big deal in Greece after that. He gave Athena back her shield, which was a sign of her help and protection. He also kept Medusa's head as a trophy, showing he had beaten this monster. When Medusa was defeated, two amazing creatures came from her blood because of her connection to Poseidon. First, Pegasus, this beautiful winged horse, flew up into the sky. Then, Chrysaor, this golden warrior, appeared as a reminder of how Medusa died. Some people thought Athena helped Perseus to get back at Medusa, but really, Athena was trying to free Medusa from her cursed life. It was like she was saying sorry for what she had done to Medusa, who had been so loyal to her. Medusa's story is more than just a myth. It's a huge tale of beauty, betrayal, gods playing tricks, and fate-changing things. It shows how complicated Greek myths are, mixing up gods and people in stories about love, revenge, and trying to make things right. If you liked hearing about Medusa and all the twists in Greek myths, don't forget to like and subscribe for more cool stories. What other Greek myth or famous character should we talk about next? Drop your ideas in the comments, and let's keep diving into these awesome mythological stories together.